Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel where astrology is not just about predicting the future, it's about understanding the deeper language of your soul. Every zodiac sign carries a divine purpose, a sacred responsibility, and a unique path of evolution. Today, we are decoding one of the most misunderstood signs of the zodiac, the sign that teaches discipline over shortcuts, service over status, and perfection through practice. Virgo or Kanya Rashi. So, grab a cup of tea, relax, and let's begin this fascinating journey. Virgo is the sixth sign of the zodiac and is ruled by Mercury. If Leo is the king, Virgo is the kingdom's administrator. Kings may create visions, but it is Virgo that makes sure everything functions perfectly. Virgo is not here to seek attention, it is here to serve. This is the sign of the Sevak, the one who silently keeps the world running through dedication, discipline, and responsibility. Being an earthy sign, Virgo deals with reality. It doesn't believe in assumptions or emotional decisions. It believes in system, routines, procedures, and practical action. Where Pisces trust intuition, Virgo trust evidence. Virgo is the exact opposite of Pisces. If Pisces represents infinite intuition, Virgo represents zero intuition. Everything in Virgo works according to SOPs, standard operating procedures. It asks, show me the process, show me the proof. That's why Virgo excels in administration, accounting, logistics, healthcare, quality control, research, data analysis, competitive exams, and every profession that demands precision. Students with a strong Virgo influence often succeed in competitive examinations because they faithfully follow the syllabus, discipline, and routines rather than relying on instincts. Every zodiac sign has a blessing and a trap. Virgo's greatest strength, its attention to detail, can become its greatest weakness. Virgo begins noticing every tiny mistake, every flaw, every imperfection. The mind becomes a fault finding machine. It starts criticizing people, situations, food, relationships, workplaces, and even itself. According to this philosophy, wherever Virgo sits in the chart, excessive criticism creates the sixth house energies, disease, debt, and enemies. Not because fate sends them, but because constant judgment creates conflict. Virgo also governs the digestive system, especially the small intestine. If Virgo energy becomes toxic through constant criticism, stomach and digestive issues often manifest. Sometimes the remedy is not medicine. Sometimes the remedy is simply stop judging. Let's see how different planets behave in Virgo Rashi. When the sun is in Virgo, avoid constantly criticizing your father, boss, or authority figures. Serve them with sincerity instead of finding faults. Respect opens doors that criticism never can. The moon represents emotion and the mother. If you constantly criticize your mother or your emotional environment, your own inner peace begins to disappear. Healing begins with acceptance. Mars in Virgo. Mars here should never express anger through physical fights, especially with younger siblings or cousins. Property disputes and unnecessary conflicts can arise if anger is not controlled. Use Mars for disciplined actions instead of aggression. Mercury in Virgo. Mercury feels powerful here, but don't become the grammar police. Don't constantly correct everyone's words, pronunciation, or communication. Allow imperfections. Not everything needs correction. Venus in Virgo. Venus is debilitated in Virgo because love cannot be measured like an Excel sheet. People with this placement may unknowingly judge partners by money, brands, appearance, or perfection. Relationships flourish only when love replaces criticism. Accept imperfections, that is the biggest remedy. Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter here creates an analytical student. These natives questions everything, even their teachers, gurus, scriptures, and spiritual beliefs. They need practical teachers who can answer difficult questions with patience. Saturn in Virgo. Saturn performs well in Virgo because both love service and discipline, but never disrespect elderly people, workers, servants, or employees. Humility strengthens Saturn blessings. Rahu in Virgo. In Virgo, Rahu becomes the master strategist of the zodiac. Here, desire is not chaotic, it is calculated. Rahu learns to conquer the world not through force but through intelligence, observation, precision, and flawless execution. Every detail becomes a stepping stone towards ambition. Ketu in Virgo carries the wisdom that perfection alone cannot bring peace. These natives possess a sharp eye for detail and can effortlessly identify flaws, patterns, and hidden truth. Yet, over time, they become detached from excessive analysis, realizing that life cannot be understood through logic alone. This placement often blesses one with intuitive intelligence, healing abilities, and a natural inclination toward research or spirituality. Their soul's journey is to move beyond the need to control every detail and embrace faith, surrender, and inner wisdom. Now let's see Virgo in different houses. Virgo in first house. When Virgo occupies the first house, the native becomes thoughtful, observant, and detail oriented. They carefully analyze everything before taking action and rarely make impulsive decisions. Their personality reflects humility, intelligence, and a strong desire to improve themselves continuously. They are often health conscious and maintain disciplined routines. However, they can become overly critical of themselves, leading to anxiety or perfectionism. Their greatest strength lies in solving problems through logic rather than emotion. Virgo in the second house creates a careful and practical approach towards wealth, family, and speech. Such individuals save money wisely and dislike unnecessary spending. Their speech is polite, intelligent, and filled with fact rather than exaggeration. They may earn through writing, teaching, accounting, medicine, research, or analytical professions. Family values are based on responsibility and discipline. They believe that true wealth comes from knowledge and skills. Virgo in the third house. This placement blesses a person with excellent communication, writing, and analytical abilities. They think before speaking and express themselves with clarity and precision. Relationships with siblings are practical rather than emotional, and they often guide or help them. They possess immense curiosity and continuously seek new knowledge. Their courage lies in preparation and planning rather than taking reckless risk. Virgo in the fourth house makes home an organized and peaceful place. The native prefers cleanliness, simplicity, and functionality in their surroundings. Their mother may be practical, disciplined, or intellectually inclined. Emotional security comes through order, routine, and stability. They often invest wisely in property and create homes that are comfortable yet efficient. They find peace by serving and caring for their family. Virgo in the fifth house represents creativity, children, education, and romance. Virgo here makes creativity structured and refined instead of dramatic. The native excels in academics, research, writing, mathematics, or any field requiring precision. In love, they are loyal but may overanalyze relationships. They become responsible parents who emphasize education, discipline, and good values. Their intelligence shines through careful observation and practical wisdom. Virgo in the sixth house. Virgo naturally feels comfortable in the sixth house because both represent service, work, health, and daily responsibilities. Such individuals excel at solving problems, managing routines, and helping others. They succeed in medicine, healing, administration, research, law, or service oriented professions. They maintain discipline but should avoid excessive worrying, which can affect digestion or mental peace. Their greatest strength is turning chaos into order. Virgo in the seventh house, marriage and partnerships become practical and thoughtful with this placement. The native seeks an intelligent, responsible, and dependable partner rather than someone who is merely attractive. Relationships thrive through communication, mutual respect, and shared responsibilities. However, excessive criticism or unrealistic expectations can create distance. Once committed, they remain loyal and dedicated to maintaining harmony. Virgo in the eighth house gives a deep, investigative mind. These individuals are drawn towards psychology, astrology, healing, research, occult sciences, finance, and hidden knowledge. They enjoy uncovering secrets and understanding life's mysteries through logic. Sudden transformation teach them valuable lessons throughout life. Financial planning regarding inheritance or shared wealth is usually cautious and systematic. Virgo in ninth house. The ninth house governs higher wisdom, philosophy, and spirituality. Virgo here makes the native seek truth through study, observation, and practical experience rather than blind faith. They enjoy reading scriptures, researching philosophy, and learning from wise teachers. Their beliefs are logical and grounded. They become excellent teachers, advisors, editors, or scholars who simplify complex knowledge for others. Virgo in the 10th house. This is an outstanding placement for career and professional success. The native gains respect through discipline, honesty, and consistent hard work. They perform exceptionally well in careers involving analysis, medicine, accounting, engineering, technology, education, writing, administration, or consulting. They built their reputation slowly but steadily. Society recognizes them as reliable, professional, who value excellence over shortcuts. Virgo in the 11th house brings gain through intelligence, networking, and practical planning. Friends are usually educated, hardworking, and supportive. The native fulfills ambitions by focusing on realistic goals instead of unrealistic dreams. Financial growth comes gradually through consistent effort. They often contribute to organizations, communities, or humanitarian cause by offering practical solutions. Virgo in the 12th house creates a mind that constantly analyzes the unseen. The native may be interested in meditation, healing, spirituality, foreign lands, hospitals, or charitable service. They often work behind the scenes and find satisfaction in helping others without seeking recognition. However, overthinking and hidden worries can disturb sleep or mental peace. Their spiritual journey begins when they learn to surrender perfection and trust the natural flow of life. This placement ultimately teaches that true peace comes when the mind stops trying to control every detail and learns the wisdom of acceptance. The 12th house is also the house of bed pleasure. With Virgo here, intimacy is approached thoughtfully rather than impulsively. These natives often seek emotional trust, cleanliness, mutual respect, and intellectual connection before they can fully relax with a partner. They pay attention to their partner's comfort and express affection through care and thoughtful gestures. However, their tendency to overthink can sometimes make it difficult to let go completely. So, learning to be present in the moment becomes an important lesson. And with this, we come to the end of our journey through Virgo, the secret workshop of the zodiac. Virgo teaches us that divinity is hidden in the smallest details. Every action, every habit, every responsibility is an opportunity to purify ourselves. While the world searches for miracle, Virgo reminds us that miracles are created through discipline, sincerity, and consistent effort. This is also the sign where Venus is debilitated. Why? Because Virgo asks us to analyze, improve, and perfect, whereas Venus simply wants to love, enjoy, and surrender. When love is measured too much, its magic begins to fade. Virgo reminds us that not everything beautiful needs to be corrected. Virgo stands directly opposite Pisces, the final sign of the zodiac. Pisces is complete with surrender, devotion, and the ocean where the ego dissolves. Virgo, on the other hand, is observation, discrimination, logic, and practical wisdom. The lesson of Virgo is not to lose yourself in endless perfection, but to use knowledge as a bridge towards higher consciousness, because the sharpest intellect eventually bows before the mysteries that only the heart can understand. Thank you for being a part of this beautiful astrological journey. If this video helped you understand Virgo on a deeper level, do like, share, and subscribe. So, together we can continue exploring the timeless wisdom hidden within the zodiac. Until our next journey through the stars, may Mercury bless you with a clear mind, may Venus remind you to love beyond perfection, and may the infinite faith of Pisces always guide you towards the divine.